Hello everyone, my name is Code Monkey Ken and welcome to my new show, Technical Talk. This show is designed for me to go and talk about pretty much anything that has to do with the tech or the game industry. I decided to do this because I wanted to kind of get my opinion out there. I tend to be, pretty opinionated when it comes to things that revolve around the game industry and the tech industry. I always have been pretty opinionated in that regard. So I want to give you guys my opinions on what's going on. So in this episode of Technical Talk, I'm going to be doing basically the whole situation with Steam and the whole modding download paid thing, which basically has broken the internet in the last month, or last week really, since it's happened. But I mean, we were kind of seeing this coming anyway, so I mean, but yeah, the internet's been kind of broken lately, and that is because Valve has made a really stupid move here. Now, I will applaud Valve for one thing. I do believe that developers of mods should get paid for their work, but Valve does not do anything to justify taking 75% of that. And I realize, oh yeah, it was Bethesda's idea, but Valve could have said no. Valve could have said 75% is way too much. If we're going to do this, then it needs to be lower than that because developers should get paid for the mods that they make. But 75% is ridiculous. Not only that, but you have to make at least $400 before you see any profit. I don't see any reason for this to make any sense. I'm not really for paid mods anyway. I mean, I've been modding Skyrim for the last couple of days, and I mean, I have a friend who mods Skyrim religiously, and why would you pay for the mods when you can get them for free? It's kind of the same issue with, like, pirating. Why would you pay for music when you can get it for free? Now, I personally don't pirate music just because I like to not get malware on my computer and, viruses and everything else, but I do feel that the way that Valve is going about this is ridiculous. Now, I'm going to put a couple links in the description to different videos of things that people have made. One is called The Fall of Gaben, which is really hilarious. They're using a line from something from Star Wars, and it's the scene where Anakin is like in the fire, and Obi is like yelling at him, "You're the chosen one." They made like spin-off videos of that, except it's like they used Gary's mod and like had Gaben like crawling, and it's just really funny. So I'm gonna link you to that. But I think everybody's blowing this a little bit out of proportion. I feel like yes, it does suck. I mean, because this is the way the industry is going, and I hate that because they like to monetize everything. First, it was, we're going to start adding downloadable content to games. Then it was, here's a season pass, which, if you like a season pass, that's your thing. I absolutely hate season passes. Season passes are the devil in my mind. I hate season passes. They just give the developer an excuse to not put as much content in the game because they could sell it to you for $15, $30, whatever. But that's kind of off topic a little bit. But this whole Valve Steam thing with modding, I don't know why they're doing it the way they're doing. If they implemented it into a donations type system, something like that, where you can, as you're downloading it, hey, would you like to support this mod author? Kind of like the way that they have it set up on Skyrim Nexus. You click a mod, and some mod authors, when you click on their mod, it says, hey, would you like to donate? If not, you just click past and you keep going. Mods authors should get paid for their work. But there is kind of a gray area there, because the way that the mod process works, they're kind of in kind of like a loophole, because they're basically benefiting off the back of what a developer has done. So, a developer like Bethesda makes Skyrim, and then the mod authors get paid for making mods for the game that they don't really have the rights to. So it's like, I mean, yeah, sure, they can make mods for it, but at the same time, it's like, They shouldn't really get paid for it unless the developer says it's okay. It's just kind of a gray area. I mean, I'm cool with them getting paid for it, and I think they should, but it needs to be implemented in a way where Valve is not completely, basically just butt raping them, because that's essentially what's happening. Valve is taking 75%. Now, there are things out there that Valve's actually getting 30%, Bethesda's getting 45%. Either way, that's 75% of the work that the mod author did not getting paid for. He's only going to get paid for 25% of his work, and I just think that's ridiculous. I mean, how would you feel if you went and worked like at a minimum wage job? You're working $77.25 an hour, right? But just for working, your job takes $5 an hour away from you. Yes, I know it's called taxes, but that's different, and it's a lot cheaper, and it's like, what, like 5-10% of your income? It's not that bad. That's a lot better than 75% of your income, and you got to remember, that's also pre-tax, so they're really getting even less than what they were going to get originally. I just think that the way that they're implementing this system is just not really the way that the system should be implemented. This is blowing up in Valve's face because they basically just kind of did it out of nowhere. They didn't ask the community, hey, do you think this is a good idea? Yes or no. They just said, fuck the community. I'm just going to release this as quickly as possible so everybody's like, wait, what? What? Paid mods? What's going on, you know? And so now, like, they broke the internet. I mean, let's just be honest. They broke Reddit and they broke the internet because everybody is like, oh my gosh, pissed at Valve right now. And to be quite honest with you, I don't blame them. Valve has really just... man, I don't really know how to describe it, but Valve has just been really stupid lately. This is really dumb. I mean, this is really dumb. Why did you not at least ask us? And it's not so much the paid mods that I'm mad about, it's more the 75%. I just think that's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. Why are they even doing it that way? That they know that's greedy, and Valve has a monopoly, so they're basically abusing their power. I mean, there's no one else out there that can compete with Valve. You can say Good Old Games or Uplay, but Uplay goes through Steam. And then you could say Origin, but Origin only has, like, EA games. And then you could say, you know, Good Old Games, but Good Old Games is... they don't really have that great of a selection. Now, I will advise you, and if you really want to boycott Valve, don't buy The Witcher 3 on Steam. Go buy it on Good Old Games because they do have it on Good Old Games. I will leave a link in the description for that. That way you guys can get it on Good Old Games and kind of do the little boycott of Steam. If they keep going the way they are, I really hope some company like Good Old Games kind of picks up the baton and says, hey, you know, come over here, we're the savior. You know, they got like a giant flag of freedom and whatnot. We all like scamper over to the, you know, other, you know, over to Good Old Games and jump off Steam, because I hate Steam's DRM policies, to be honest with you. If I buy a game, I should be allowed to take it to my friend's house and let him install it. I just feel that way. I actually tried to put Skyrim in the CD form, and I don't know if this was just an error on my part, but I tried to install it off the CD, and instead it downloaded from Steam. I mean, I have decent internet, so it's not a big deal, but that was kind of weird. I don't know if that had to do with the DRM policies or not. If it's like, oh, well, yeah, but you still have to download it so that it goes through our servers or some crap like that, but... man, I swear, DRM. Xbox, Microsoft tried to impose it on us. We told them no, that we hated it. And then Sony took a giant knife in their back and twisted it and, like, completely destroyed Microsoft. Not that I'm biased or anything. I mean, I've used Microsoft products my whole life. I've also used Apple products my whole life and Sony products my whole life. I use everything, so I'm just kind of like, I'm an all-around person, but, man, Microsoft fucked up pretty bad with the whole DRM thing, and now it's like, I think Valve is like following suit, and I don't like that. They really need to rethink this mod thing, and if Gabe, I mean, you can't say that Gabe wasn't behind this. He was getting an operation or whatever. No, they don't. A multi-billion-dollar company does not go behind the CEO's back and do something overnight. It doesn't work like that. Multi-billion-dollar companies do not run that way. The CEO always pulls the strings. So don't think that Gaben is completely freaking, out of the loop on this, because that is not true. He knew it was happening. He knew exactly how it was happening. He probably approved the 75% deal, and he's afraid to admit that. But I'm here to tell you right now, folks, he very well is not the god we actually think he is. At the end of the day, he is a CEO of a company, and at the end of the day, companies try to make money. It was only a matter of time before Valve did something like this, and the fact that a lot of us didn't see it coming is just naive. I mean, it's obvious that they were going to do something like this eventually. We didn't know what it was going to be, but this ended up being it, the paid mods thing. Now, it's only Skyrim right now, but this opens the door. Just look at the Wet and Cold mod. It has a version, I believe version 3.2 is on the Skyrim Nexus, but version 5.0 is coming out, and you can only buy it on Steam. You can't get it on Skyrim Nexus. This is where it's going. People are going to start bringing their mods to the Steam Workshop, and then we're going to have to pay for them. And the problem with that is, if you pay for a mod, and you pay for another mod, and that mod breaks this mod, but you're past that 1-day, 24-hour return policy that they have, you're just SOL. I mean, the statement clearly states, if there is a problem with a mod, and it breaks another mod, or a developer releases a patch, and it breaks, a mod, please kindly message I think it said, please politely message the mod developer to fix it. Like, tell them your problem. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. First off, if you're doing it through the Skyrim Workshop, you can't organize them through Mod Organizer, so you can't go through and do all the extra edits that need to be done in order to make sure that these are going to run properly when you boot your game. Steam really has not thought this out. Now, for a game like Skyrim, there's a very low chance that a patch is going to be released. You don't have to worry about it, but this is where it starts. Next thing you know, Fallout 4 comes out, and they don't support mods on anything other than the Steam Workshop. And that's where it begins. Modding is dead if it keeps going this way. Modding will die. I believe that firmly, because Valve was... modding was what made Valve what it is today. I mean, look at Dota 2. Look at all the different Gary's mods not Gary's mods, I'm stupid. Look at all the different, Half-Life mods. I believe Gary's mod was a mod off Half-Life, if I'm not mistaken. But all these mods that have literally made Valve what it is today. Valve would not be here without modders. So why are they taking a knife to the back of the people who literally made them what they are? That is insane. That is just ridiculous, and it sucks because I actually like Steam, and I like Valve, and I like Gabe Newell, and it just really sucks that they're doing something like this, and I really hope that they can turn it around and say, whoa, we made a huge mistake, and we really need to rethink the structure here or something. Put an optional pay button, something like that, and make it to where we can download the actual file and not download it just straight into the game. Because we have to be able to manage these mods somehow, and if we can't, and it breaks another mod, then we're literally out of money. Well, that is my opinion on the whole mod thing. Ugh, man, I swear this is just a giant debacle, and I really hope that it gets fixed. Other than that, man, that is it for this technical talk. And for more and future technical talks, just put a comment down in the in the comment section below, and let me know, what other topics you would like me to cover. I usually try to find the topics myself based on whatever is going around at the moment. And that is pretty much it. So, my name is Code Monkey Ken. This is It's Technical. You've been watching Technical Talk, and I will see you guys on the next Technical Talk.